What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolfbrother Mythos, and this is Wolfbrother Hobbies. Welcome to tonight's live chat with my
And
amazing host.
Rob from the Ministry's Paintbrush. Thank you. Thank you for having me on again.
Thank you for joining me. My overlay has disappeared. Oh my goodness. It's okay. Overlay 3. We'll fix this on the fly. Hello, Ashley. I hope you're doing well.
Hello, Ash. I am fixing my desk. It is a hot mess right now.
I apologize for being late tonight, everyone. So, I went to start the stream tonight, and as you can see, a bunch of my streaming files disappeared from my streaming software.
Oh, wow.
See overlays. Well, there is no overlay 3. So can we throw that in there for now? Awesome. Let's drag that down to the bottom.
I hope everyone is doing well this evening. Hopefully you're hobbying with us. Or just joining for a chit chat. Chiming in. If you're joining us from after the stream is done, then in the future, leave a comment down, and all the comments are going to be answered. So go for it.
Okay, well, that's something of a border anyways. I guess I'll mess with it later. What's on the chopping block tonight? Tonight we have a couple of things to talk about. We have, of course, it's my first brother Rob has. Oh my God, my brother Rob has done some streaming, but it's my first stream of the year, and one of the things I want to. Oh my goodness, why is everything broken? It must have been some kind of update. Anyways, I'm sorry to get all sidetracked. You know
what? That's part of the fun.
We will take it. We're gonna do. Anyways, okay. One of the things I want to talk about is I always like to start the year talking about our hobby goals for the year and the things we want to accomplish. You know, and this can be something, you know, as short term as something we want to knock out at the beginning of the year, or something that we might want to accomplish through the year, such as Brother Rob was just mentioning that he plans on taking on the Nova Open. And so that's definitely a challenge for him.
Yeah, I mean, there's different tiers. There's beginners, junior, journeyman, and then there's the master class. But yeah, I'm gonna go big or go home. Master class, like I always do.
Sweet, sweet. Since I'm hoping to join you this year, is there like a Pee-wee league, you know, that I can join?
There is, but I think you're overage for it. But there is a beginners, yeah.
You know, I'm only.
I don't know. Those kids are fierce, though.
I'm barely 5'4". If I shave, you know, I might fit right in.
Just like Danny DeVito and Twins. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to chop into a Tawanar.
That's going to be fun.
Ah, we'll see.
That'll be the
We'll
most
see. I gotta
nerve. That'll be the most nerve-wracking kit bash of all time, or model.
7 bucks down. Oh, I don't know why I spent that much. I was so sick of not being successful with the Tower that I had to just get it. I was there at the Nova Open, and my wife said, "Do it." I'm like, that's not what you should tell me to do right now." Just like, do it. You work hard. I'm like, okay. And
But
then
then,
it's like, well, you got to have all the accessories with it.
well, of course.
We're gonna magnetize some stuff, aren't we? I ain't building another one.
And also, I've got some news tonight for Greg and Keegan because one of the things
Hmm.
I have pulled up are some of the Space Marine goodies for the 500 Worlds. So we'll get to talk about some of the cool things that Space Marine players are getting from this new narrative.
Yeah, Space Marine players never get anything.
It's so crazy because people only see the extremes, but
Yeah.
it's really a roller coaster. Like, yes, they are the poster boys, and they get the most things physically,
Mhm.
and there are times that they are super strong, but they are one of the most roller coaster factions. Like, an edition comes out, they usually get their book first, and with that, they're strong for a while, and then their power just constantly through the edition just goes up to the tippy tops, down to the very bottoms, up to the tippy tops, down to the very bottoms. It's so crazy.
Yeah. When it's down, you paint. When it's up, you play. That's the ebb and flow of the Ultramarines.
Of course, there's some people who, are just really good and manage to do well with, and I think there's some of that in every faction, who can just do well with the faction no matter what's going on.
Yeah.
Keegan
My
got
name
the
is in.
epic scale, like you and Greg have gotten. That's pretty cool. The Legion Imperialis set. That's pretty awesome.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, and Keegan was telling me earlier today that the rules are also kind of similar to um, what's it called? Team Yankee, where it's got alternating activations back and forth, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Does sound good. I just want to get my hands on Night Titan sized knights, which are like the Emperor class Titan and stuff like
Oh
that that
yeah,
they have in that spell. Yeah, I want to paint those things. Those things will look awesome. I already have one,
somebody in
but
the Discord for my local game shop that I go to, they posted their
yeah.
picture of that Titan today, and
Oh,
he's his screen name is Average Night Enjoyer because anytime we have an event, like he's got a couple of armies, but his main army is just Chaos Knights. It has a
nice.
big Chaos Knight army, and he's even
Nice.
got like when we did the narrative event for the big battle on the final day, he even brought um uh one which Titan did he bring? I want to say the Warhound Titan.
The dog one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, he's got one of the really big Titans, which are knight size in Legion Imperialis, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So yeah, he did an impressive paint job.
Hmm.
In fact, let me see if I can find that since we're talking about Legion Imperialis.
Bring it up.
Since we're talking about it, I might as well show it. You know what they say? Don't just talk about it, be about it, right?
That was right. Okay, let's see. All right.
Okay, like I said, this is friend from the local gaming shop, Average Night Enjoyer. It's still a work in progress, I believe. He's still got some left to do on it. And I know you guys, don't just come here to see me play on my phone, but I thought this was, you don't get to see a Titan on this channel very often, so. Oh my gosh, I haven't tried the articles and art page since
The update.
since the update, so let's hope it goes okay. All right, let's see. Articles and art. Chrome. Select. Nope.
Mhm. Not up to my favorite thing yet. Just base coating. Not like my edge highlighting. Oh, how I miss you so.
Ah.
To me,
Okay, it only took a
um,
second for me to fix this time.
okay.
All right. So this is one of the Titans for Legion Imperialis. Um, does he say which one it is? Imperator Titan. That's what it's called. And I love the way he's painted it because it looks like the golden domes on top really give it almost a Taj Mahal kind of finishing feel to it. It's
Mm.
very cool. I love the Sons of Horus kind of green he's gone for on this Titan. And this is a Titan that works in that Legion Imperialis game. So if you or Greg or Keegan want to play with a big chunky boy, this thing is so cool. I think this is the biggest. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Imperator is the biggest Titan you can get in the game. Current. You can see the candy striping on some of these
The
towers
candy
here.
strap. Is he a nurse?
The
Is he a
nurse.
nurse?
Yes.
Candy strapping.
I always used to read that as candy stripping.
I mean, it's not far off the mark.
Yeah. All right. No, wait. Has it not been showing this entire time?
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Okay. It is up now. I see it's. I think it was up.
Moments where everything goes wrong, I just laugh. just,
Okay.
I mean, what do you got to do?
Okay, good. It
It
was
just
going.
is what.
It was going while I was talking about it. Okay, that's good.
Oh, good, good. That's good.
So, like I said, that is from the Discord for my local shop from a gentleman named Average Night Enjoyer. I think it's a badass Titan. I think the Imperator is one of the biggest ones you can get for Legion Imperialis. It is really cool looking.
I gotta pick my hands up on one of them things. My brushes are like, let's go.
So, with this, of course, this is what my friend from the local game store has been doing lately. But what about you, Rob? What you got for a poke chat? What kind of hobby have you gotten done?
Oh, well, since the last time I was on this show, let's see. I, I'll show you. Okay. We got this guy right here. And we have this guy right here.
Very nice.
And this guy right here.
Very nice.
And this guy right here. And this guy right here. And this guy right here. And just keep going, keep going, keep going.
So you
Got
were
this guy right here. And this guy right here. Oh yeah, I've been going at it. And let's see. I got this guy. And then this guy. And this guy. And I've been working on faces and helmets as well, but mainly faces. I got this helmet guy that I did. And then I finish up this guy. And I finished up this guy. And then this guy. And let's see what else. Oh, yeah. These two guys. One has an axe on him. Frosted axe. Ooh,
oh,
that almost went into the water. Like, I flipped it that way. All right, so all in all, 1, 3, 6, 9.
so overall, you spent a good chunk of
17.
your holiday break chewing through the backlog, huh?
I got 17 done. Getting
17.
through it.
That is awesome.
17 out of 30.
I want to show you guys. Uh, Brother Rob just said he spent some time working on faces. And
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got one of the faces here he's been working on.
Oh, cool.
Look at
That's
the
neat.
detail in that face. That is really cool.
Thanks. It's all right. I keep getting better. I get better with every miniature I paint.
Man, like your faces were already good, but when you said, man, I'm going to focus on faces, it's just like in just 2 units of miniatures, you have made it such a dramatic, like, display quality, face painting improvement.
Thank you. Yeah, I put my mind to it. And very little I can't really accomplish. I'm like that. I everybody told me I wouldn't graduate college, and then I graduated 3 times. I got 3 degrees.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's just I put my mind to it. I do it. But I really do it. Like I do research, I'll watch pictures, I'll look tutorials, I'll go to a museum, I'll look at the brush strokes, I'll look at how they played with light, and then I'll take it home, all that information, and say, okay, how can I translate that to the miniature?
That's so cool.
Yeah. But it takes work. Like I said, I don't have any talent. I work my butt off. I work my butt off to get where I am. And I have a lot more working to do. So, and I like the journey. I like working my butt off to get better.
Here's a picture of some of Rob's completed miniatures. All grouped up together. Very cool looking.
Getting there. It is definitely getting there.
And this
And
one
then,
is not Rob's paint work, but this is one of Rob's acquisition over the holidays. He got the
Oh,
Ragnar Blackmane Joy Toy, a piece there to motivate him to finish his army and paint up his own Ragnar.
yeah, I know.
There he
He
is.
stays on my desk. He stays on my desk. Oh, I didn't say mine. Yep, there's Ragnar.
That's
Rawr. It's badass. Oh, I'm sorry, not ours. It has so many levels of articulation. It's crazy. You can really pose him just about any way you want. Yeah, he's more of a display piece there. Yep. I almost want to paint his armor so he can match my army. Make it pop.
that would be cool. I actually
Yeah.
have a I think a Hellblaster unpainted Joy Toy with the intention
Nice.
of painting it up at some point. So
Yeah.
I will probably do that at some point. And I can do it in my new scheme. I always feel bad saying my new scheme because it's really a borrowed scheme from you.
Oh. No, it's yours now. You make it your own.
That's fair. That's fair.
Everybody who paints has their own special taste to it. Like yours is the magenta pop. That's your thing.
I love that magenta pop. It's kind
Yeah.
of cool that I have a Hellblaster so I can do that on the plasma coils.
Yeah. Yup.
So, for myself, I have done no painting over the last 2 weeks. Um, well, not no painting. Not no.
That
That's
means,
double negative, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
Um, so
it's
oh,
something.
so here's the thing. Last week I was sick, so that's why there was no
Yeah.
show last week. Um, I came down with the kind of a chest cold. I had the chest crud going on. Um, but also for the last few weeks, the one thing I did paint was I painted some scratches and sponge weathering onto one of my Terminators that I've been working so hard on.
Nice.
And trying to decide if I like it enough to do it on the others before I
Hmm.
replicate it because I had such a like I had done so well with the Terminators that I felt like it was the armor was almost glowing.
Hmm.
And I don't know if the dings and scratches detract from it. And I had done this on my blood claws, but
Yeah.
the blood claws being young, impetuous, uh, less likely to do any kind of self-preservation, just throwing themselves headlong into the fight. I was
Uh-huh.
like, they'll probably get the most battle scarred, simply from lack of care, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of want to try it on these Terminators. And I think I like it better now that I have done some sponge chipping. I mean, not sponge
Nice.
chipping. So I put the matte varnish on it. I think I like the sponge chipping better now that I've matte varnished it. But I've been kind of in indecision paralysis, wondering if I want to um, chip the others or if I want to strip this one and paint it clean like the others. All right, I'm going to send this to our group chat so I can show the lovely people on stream. Gamers with Coffee, 500 worlds, and I got stuck with this one because I need to speak with the Emperor about a relocation assignment. That's right, Greg. That's right. It's like, wait a minute, why did I get stuck with this one? All right. We'll go to articles and art, and we'll play it. All right. So this is how this one looks with the sponge chipping. And it's dinged up. And like I said, I think once I matte varnished it, it kind of drew it together in a way that I think is okay.
Yeah, I
But
like it.
and I think because I went kind of minimalistic with it, like I tried not to. I wanted to do less is more because I do want to show
Hmm.
off those transitions that I airbrushed on. I think that's probably the way to do it.
Yeah, yeah, I like them. I like the chipping. It looks cool.
All right,
Yep.
I
Definitely
appreciate it.
adds flavor to it. Hmm.
And I think I will definitely continue that on with the others. You ever guys ever deal with that kind of indecision paralysis where you're like, I don't know which way I want to go with this, and so you just don't paint for a few days? I had that
Yeah,
going for a
absolutely.
couple of weeks. I was like,
Uh,
to be
well,
or
here's
not
the
to
thing.
be.
Like, when you get two hobbyists together to paint, you ask these questions, right? And you
Hmm.
bounce ideas off of each other,
It's
and
true.
that's how you improve too. So, like, what do you think about the lighting on this? And we bounce ideas off of each other. That's what I think Vinci Khan he does that, and a couple of other artists do that. They meet each other and they just paint together, and then they just share ideas and stuff like that. It's like a painting community where everybody gets together on a bigger table and everybody has a miniature and they're just shooting the breeze and saying, oh, man, I don't know. I got this decision paralysis. What do you think about this? And you're like, yeah, yeah, let's do that. Or this looks much better. You know, getting those ideas. Or you look at somebody else's work. How'd you do that? And then you look over the shoulder and you're like, oh, cool. That's cool. I got to try it. You know, that kind of thing.
That's a good point. And that definitely um, tells me I should have texted you way sooner instead of just waiting to talk to you on the next show. I should have just run it by you, Rob. What do you think about this?
Yeah, we bounce ideas off of each other. That's what you do. That's what friends do.
Uh, Thank you so much, Greg. I'm glad to be feeling better, and I'm glad you like the way he looks. Mr. Fish, happy freaking Friday. Wah! X Gear Commander, happy freaking Friday, brother. Hope you're doing well. Uh, by the way, just looking at my messenger list right there. I don't know if he's already uh, made arrangements or whatnot, but I did get a message from Al, former co-host of the channel Freak, yesterday, and basically he's getting out of 40K, and he's going to be selling his Imperial Fist army. So if
Oh,
anyone
wow.
likes the way that his famous yellow painted recipe, and is interested in Freak's Imperial Fist army, yeah, feel free to reach out to him on Facebook. Or he's in, I believe he's in the Wolfbrother Hobbies Discord, so you can probably reach out to him on Discord, and yeah, just let him know you're interested. But yeah, he's selling
Okay.
off the famous Fist army from the Frosted Fists. So tonight I got sidetracked, didn't get a chance to make any coffee um, before the show tonight. So good thing I had in the fridge the legendary White Monster, my favorite of the monsters.
But does it do the mash?
It does not. Instead, it does that dance that's been going around Instagram lately, to where they yeah,
Turn
yeah, the
turn
it's the sip and then
turn.
the come on baby turn the lights off. That's sad to hear. Yeah, it is kind of it does kind of sad. It is it does kind of signal the end of an era, right? That that um that army features in many videos on this channel. He did very. I gotta say, he did very, very nicely reach out to me and offer me first dibs. I just didn't, don't have the cash for it at the time, but it was very nice of him to offer. But if anyone is interested, it can be part of your collection. If you guys will take a look at what Nightbot just said, it says gaming and coffee go together like cool miniatures and a sweet paint job. Check out all the delicious fresh roasted coffees at gamerswithcoffee.shop. So you can click that link there on Nightbot and check out some of the Gamers with Coffee coffee. I have been drinking the Dubai chocolate flavored coffee, and that chocolate and pistachio flavor is just delicious. Now, I drink my coffee black, so I can really taste the nuances of the coffee flavors. I can tell you though that it is kind of a subtle flavor. So if you like, somebody asked me the other day if I sweeten it, will it taste like a Dubai chocolate bar? I have found that if I added sweetener and cream to it, it kind of overrides the subtle flavor of it, so it will not taste like a chocolate bar. But if you're interested in the nuances of coffee flavors, it does have a nice flavor to it. Now that the decision has been made, I'm excited to get back to painting these Terminators. Man, that decision paralysis has been sitting heavy on me for a couple of weeks. Is this some sort of free sponsorship? No, not at all. The coffee is run by a friend of the channel, Gamers with Coffee, and I just enjoy supporting them, but also they make good coffee, so. I absolutely love pistachio flavored coffee. It is very good. It is very good. I think the Gamers with Coffee one is the first pistachio coffee I've had, and I freaking love it. It's definitely gone on to like my top 5 flavors. And it's funny because after I discovered I like this flavor, one of my other favorite brands, Top of the Morning, from Jacksepticeye, he released a pistachio flavor. I think just like 2 days ago, and I'm like, look at this, the big name brands copying our friends over at Gamers with Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, gotta watch out, there are spies everywhere, Gamers with Coffee. So that is my painting update. That was a very short painting update. I can say, however, though, a couple of things. I think I might have left it over there, actually. But I did get some awesome Warhammer for Christmas. Did you get any hobby stuff for Christmas, brother? Anything you want to talk about?
I a lot of things.
What?
Yeah, lots of. I would have to go get like a ton of things. Got Dark Water, the Army Box for Emperor's Children. I have the Combat Patrol for Emperor's Children, and then I had the Battle Force box for Emperor's Children. Then I got a Skaven Battle Force box. I got Visek, which is one of the big pieces for them, for the Skaven as well, building up that Skaven army. And then Seraphon. I picked up the army box from Seraphon. I picked up 2 spearheads of Seraphon. I have the Triceratop, the big model, and I have
The Triceratop is so cool.
Yeah, you gotta have the Triceratop. I'm excited to paint him. And then, oh gosh, and then I have the Skink Oracle, and then I have the Slan Oracle, and then I have Lord Croak. Like I go, doom, 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 right? So I got that as well. And then I got Dark Water. I'm looking at over there.
I
I
know
got
you've
some of
said
the
for a
mag.
while now you wanted to paint up Lord Croak, so that's cool that you finally got your hands on him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially my color scheme is that blue and pinkish. It
Yeah.
really works well for other armor. It's like very unique. Um, but yeah, I want to build up that army because my wife took the flesh eater course. Uh, what else did I get? Jeez, Louise. Oh, okay. So I got. Well, no. Does this count? I got Warhammer for my wife.
Yeah.
Does that count? Okay,
Because
so she loves
because her
Warhammer
joy brings
Underworld.
you joy, so it still
Yes.
counts.
So it's Warhammer Underworlds. Of course, I have to paint the minis, which I'm delighted to do. But Warhammer Underworlds, I think there's two of the. We play the older version of it because the new updated version has all different cards, and we've been collecting cards for a while. Like we have these big cards of Warhammer Underworlds that we can build if we want to do it and create like a different deck each time and then fight each other. And it's really cool because it's sort of like Magic where you deck build and then you go fight. So, but we like that style. So we stick to the older Warhammer Underworlds. And I got two box. I think I got Harrow Deep and the Squig Slippers. Let me see. I got several pairs of dice from different things, both D&D as well as Warhammer dice. Three codexes,
Oh,
which I forgot which.
um, out of curiosity, what kind of Warhammer dice did you get?
I got Nighthaunt and I got Flesh Eater Quartz.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
For those two, and then I got from the Dice Baron. What is it? Baron of Dice or something like that. I got another set as well.
Oh, what'd you get from Baron
It
of
was,
Dice specifically?
it was Nova Open exclusive dice.
Oh, okay. Whew. Okay.
So I picked them up.
You know what? I was just gonna send these to you, but I'm gonna have to show them to you before sending them now. But so this is the surprise. So
Oh, good.
I ordered these for you for Christmas, but they came in later than I expected. But I saw they had the wolf that walks among the stars,
Oh, snap. No way. I was eyeing those.
and I was like, okay,
That's so cool.
this has to be a Christmas gift for Rob. And then it just took forever to come in, but
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you.
you're welcome, brother.
Yes. Those are epic. Wow, I'm glad I didn't pick those up. Oh my
So
goodness.
sorry to be all
Yeah,
in your
because
business. Like, which ones did you get specifically, Rob?
I didn't even notice anything. I was like, what? Oh yeah, these kinds. You're interested?
Like, man, this guy's being really nosy.
Yeah, you're fine. Oh my God. I'm sure I forgot like 10 other things, but there it is. That's my Christmas haul. Ah, my family spoils me. Really spoils me.
Mine as well. Mine as well. Directly, Warhammer. I left the box over there, and I don't feel like getting up and leaving the stream, but I got a Sakaran Venator. It's the Sakaran with the
Nice.
massive cannon on front, the tank hunter. So that's for a 30K army, and I got a couple of Warhammer gift cards. So I'll be hitting up the Warhammer store at some point. Then I got
Nice.
a couple of variety of other nerd-related things. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, my absolute favorite deck is Cyber Dragon. And for my birthday, my youngest daughter got me Cyber Dragon, the Funko Pop, and then she got me
Nice.
the Cyber Dragon Duelist Zane. She got me that for Christmas, so it's a matching set. So I've got Zane Truesdale and Cyber Dragon now, which is so cool.
Nice. It
Um,
is.
I got from my daughters and my wife two Magic the Gathering Commander Final Fantasy decks, Final Fantasy VII Commander
Mhm.
and Final Fantasy XIV Commander.
I
Uh,
saw that.
so that is really cool. I got some more Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Um, I got here's a really kind of a throwback hobby that was very niche, but I used to be really into the spinning tops Beyblade, and
Yeah, yeah, I've seen
uh,
this.
and they got me a few of the newer modern Beyblades. So I need to get a stadium so I can play around with those. That's gonna be
Heck
cool.
yeah. Yeah, it
Um,
is.
and then I got a couple of cool books, like the manga Demon Slayer, um,
Ooh.
and because Demon Slayer is one of my favorite anime, and so they got me the
Okay.
manga to go with the anime.
Heck yeah.
Um, yeah, so I just got a plethora of nerd stuff. One of my favorite video game series of all time is Dragon Age,
Yeah.
and my wife got me a Grey Warden hoodie pullover, which is super cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I got some real nice stuff this year. So lots of nerd stuff, lots of cool nerd stuff. So along with our holiday loot, which again, thank you to our wonderful families. I
Thank you.
wanted to um, ask what our hobby goals are for the year, and the reason I put those together is sometimes we want to, we want to work on some of the stuff we got around the holidays. So, what
Mhm.
about you, brother? What do you plan on doing this year, near future
Oh,
and overall?
2026. Going to paint well over 100 miniatures for sure. Um, I'm going to enter into Nova Open while doing my first fully red miniature, which is the Tower. And I'm going to finish, well, first things, goal number one, short term. Finish these two Space Wolves army boxes. Good, nicely rounded section of Tau that is not Commander Farsight.
So 2026, you're looking to finish two armies, Wolves and
um,
Tau,
and Skaven.
and Skaven. The Wolves and Tau are very diametrically opposed forces too. That's like a very broad spectrum there. That's very cool.
Yeah, I just like I like challenges. I'm also going to paint up all the warbands for Warhammer Underworlds that I have, and I might do a Warcry box and a Kill Team box and paint those up too. I'm not sure. Or should I start the orcs? I don't know. Wherever the wings get, the further I go out, the less I know what's going to do. So possibly lofty goals. I would be Space Wolves, Tau. Well, at least I'll definitely work on the Space Wolves, and I'll work on the Tau. I don't know if I'll actually finish those two, and I'll definitely work on the Seraphon, and I'll work on the Skaven as well. I know I'll work on each one of them and do at least 2 or 3 boxes of each.
That's cool.
Yeah,
And of course, the big one. Uh, you're
Fleshy,
gonna
of course.
you're gonna win yourself a golden demon for the first time this year, right?
No, 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 I'm not entering Golden. Oh, no, no, because they show off your miniature and everybody, ooh, wow, I really like that one. Oh, that's cool. And everybody's just there ogling over all the miniatures. And when they say, oh, I like that one, and that's the one you painted, you're like, oh, yeah, I kind of know something about that one. You really like that one? Yeah, it's this, it's that. No, you're like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And then
I can
somebody says,
I can see how that
he's
would
the
be an
one.
addictive feeling.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And somebody else says, he's the guy that painted it. No way. And I'm like, thanks.
Nowhere near as prestigious, but I went to the narrative event last March, April,
Nice.
and at the War Dome convention here in town, and it was a good
Mhm.
feeling that like I don't know, a good dozen people came up to me and be like, "Your custodies look so cool. Your custodies look amazing. Though those power weapons really pop." It's just
That's
it
an awesome
felt so good.
feeling.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I may not have won very many games this convention, but my painting got complimented. It feels good.
Yeah, that's worth it.
2026 for me, much like yourself, I want to catch up on my wolves. That is not as nearly as monumental of a task as your wolves, but I'm pretty stoked with the momentum I've got lately, except for like I said, the indecision paralysis of the last 2 weeks. But I think um, we get through these Terminators at a decent rate. I think kind of shows that having picked out what I wanted to do with my blood claws, and it's just kind of repeating some of the same techniques and processes, I can actually get through it decently. I also think because I feel like the highlights on these Terminators came out way better after you looked at my first set of blood claws and kind of gave me feedback on what I needed to improve with the airbrushing, and I made it look better on the Terminators. I kind of want to go back to the head takers I have and drop them in the bath, and so I can um, up to a similar level as these Terminators. Bigger, rounder curves than the head takers do, but I think there'll still be some plenty of opportunities to make them pop, the same way.
Yeah.
So I think that
Got to work on that edge highlighting for them if you want to pop them a different way.
maybe the only thing is that I kind of am doing a little bit of um, edge highlighting via the chipping, where some people call that like a reverse edge highlighting, where you put the chips and stuff along the edges because that's where they're most likely to be chipped, but it still kind of frames your hard lines the same way. So that is something I have been focusing most of my chipping on, like mostly on edges and not panels. But I do
Yeah, I
plan
saw
on.
that in the back of that Terminator. That was chipping on the edges and not the flat panels.
But also, I think I definitely am going to find maybe the character miniatures. I do want to work on building edge highlights as a skill.
Yeah, that's why I build the edge highlights on the small guys, because if I mess up, I don't care. And then when I go for the big guys, it comes out really nicely.
It's a good point. It's a good
Because I
point.
have all that practice.
Fair.
Mm.
You're a smart man. You're a smart man.
That's what they say. I think they're all lying, but
So, wolves are my first goal. My most short-term goal after these Terminators is to do the big boss himself and break out Logan Grimnar, so I can start playing him. That'll be cool. Um,
yeah.
start dipping my toe into 30K for the first time with the Iron Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I know
so
you're
Space
excited about
Wolves,
King Composer.
Iron Warriors,
Mhm.
uh, and I spent some more time at the local game shop this past year. I think I want to do some
Mhm.
more of that. So even more getting involved with my local community this year.
I love
Uh,
it.
Gamers with Coffee says, "Spies everywhere. I shall remain vigilant, sir." And he says, "We both got some cool gifts." And Mr. Fish says, "That's dope." So yeah. Um, and I would also like to start my sisters this year because my sisters have been new in box for kind of a couple years now.
Oh, you have Sisters of Battle?
Yeah, they've been
That's
new in
right.
box for a long time.
Yeah. It's the one army I kind of want. I don't know. I'm hesitant. I'm picking those up.
Well, after seeing that, the army I chose for my sisters was Bloody Rose, and then seeing that the Imperial Saint also picked Bloody Rose, I'm like, this is a sign that I'm on the right path. Of course, she went for the very, very like hot rod red Bloody Rose.
Oh yeah. I love her accent.
Yeah, yeah, she's got a nice voice.
Mhm.
All right, so goals for the year, a check. We got some very clear directions we want to go in.
Sweet.
Um, and I think that we've done such a great job motivating each other. I think that's definitely going to be very, very doable. And also, So normally I list like a bunch of things, and I always have a hard time sticking to them. Um, but I think the goals, because I set very lofty goals. But this year I'm like, okay, I want to start on Sisters. I want to, start on
Yeah,
30K. Like, and my specific goals there, I want to start off by painting 1,000 points. That's what I'm gonna set for this year. And I will probably paint more, but I'm gonna set myself a goal for 1,000 points of each of those,
I
and
like
to
it.
catch up on my Space Wolves army. Um,
Nice.
and I'm going to try and get my first game of 30K in this year. So it'll be more than just talking about 30K. I want some action, so I want to try my first game of 30K this year. So
Sweet.
4 major goals, and I think they're fairly achievable. So
I love it.
now, I noticed there's some Space Marines in both of our goals here. Oh, that's the wrong tab. So let's take a look at some of what um, 500 Worlds is offering for us Space Marine players.
All right.
The the first is 3 detachments that they've offered us, and we're going to take a look at those. And of course,
Okay.
these are available to any Space Marine players, including us Space Wolf players.
Mhm.
The first one is called the Bastion Task Force. Okay, let's zoom this in a little bit. All right, the detachment rule is called Interlocking Tactics, employing the full breadth of combined arms tactics taught by the Codex Astartes. Mainstay squads hit and fade, blunting enemy attacks while acquiring Auspex data to guide the targeting of their more heavily armed comrades. Okay, so this one is a buff for your battle line units. So your intercessors, heavy intercessors, um, your crusade squads, if you're in Black Templars, your Grey Hunters and Blood Claws, if you're a wolf.
I mean, I wouldn't call them heavy intercessors. They're trying to lose weight, you know. Doing the
Okay,
best they
your big boned intercessors.
We're trying their best. Man.
All right, so Astartes battle line units from your army are A, eligible to shoot and declare a charge in which a turn they advanced or fell back. That's pretty cool. So you're going to get an increase in mobility while without detracting from your assault capability or your firepower. And that fallback in charge is also going to be a big boost. The fact that you can do it for free without a stratagem is cool. However, it is only your infantry unit, your battle line unit, so um, you're not going to get a ton. Like it's not the same as like Hellblasters or shooting plasma or anything like that. It is still going to be your battle line units, but still pretty neat. Also, your battle line units are eligible to perform an action in a turn in which they advance or fell back. And that's pretty cool for scoring points, being able to advance, get on an objective, fall back in on an objective, and still do an action. That definitely adds a lot of utility and point scoring capability to um, your your units here. And then I'll also post this in the chat here in case anybody wants to follow along. Boop.
Oh, I see now.
All right. Um, each time an Astartes battle line unit is selected to attack after resolving those attacks, select one of those enemies hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the end of that turn, that enemy unit is considered Auspex scanned. Each time an Astartes unit makes an attack against the Auspex scanned unit, re-roll a hit roll of 1. So, which is
Okay.
pretty interesting because normally you get your re-rolls from Oath of Moment.
Right.
But now you can say Oath of Moment 1 target, pick a
Mhm.
second target, and you may not get full re-rolls, but you'll get re-roll ones against that second target.
Ones. Yeah.
Pretty nice.
That is nice.
It's going to update your efficiency for sure.
Hmm.
Um, you got some enhancements here that go with this new detachment. Again, this detachment is called the Bastion Task Force. The Eye of the Primarch. Every time I see this one, ever since they announced
See
it,
the
yeah.
prime working merchant.
Oh no. Um,
Right.
let me.
Sometimes I put.
Okay, looks like we are back.
Yeah. No, it's still okay. I'm looking at the video here. Yeah, I think you're back now. I can't hear it because then we'll get the echo.
Okay, and Lily says she can
Okay.
hear us on stream now. So
Awesome. Awesome.
good, good, good. Man, it might be a short stream tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah. Gamers with Coffee saying it's lagging a lot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, settings. Okay, where in the settings do you put that 30-second buffer?
Let me see. I would have to start a stream and then cancel it. Let me see.
Okay.
Create, go live. All right, let me see. All right, connect your encoder. All right, I have normal latency. And okay, so it says title, the title of your thing, right? And this is category, privacy. Do you see that on your studio page, your live page? Oh no, you're probably not because you're still streaming, right?
Oh yeah.
So when you go to stream, you press to go live. You're going to see the title and if it's the privacy is public, if you know all this other stuff, the viewers, how many people are waiting. You go to see additional settings right underneath that. It says enable DVR, 360 video, and then added delay. That's where you want to put 30 seconds. And if you put it longer time, it takes long time. All this buffering stuff will take time, that 30 seconds. It'll give you that 30-second leeway. So even if it does trip up, you got 30 seconds of video. So it doesn't, even if you disconnect, if you reconnect within 30 seconds, then you'll be back on. There won't be any lag.
Okay.
Yeah. Get off of here because I'm not going to go and connect with my encoder.
Ugh.
Do you use any software to stream? Do you use OBS?
Yeah, I use OBS. No, I use
Oh,
Streamlabs.
oh, okay, okay. I don't know Streamlabs. I know OBS.
I may end up swapping to a different program next week, a browser-based one, just to see if my stream quality improves. Because I've had,
Yeah,
especially this update, like I said, half of my files disappeared. My
yeah, that's messed up.
yeah, I may swap to my other one, um, restream.
I think I think we're good now.
Okay.
I
All right,
don't see
fam.
any.
Yeah, I don't see any more red alerts on my performance window anymore.
Yeah,
All right, fam. Let me know how it sounds. Are we back?
we're
Is anyone still here? Are we still alive?
back again. Yeah, we are.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So I have the Primarch. Ranged weapons have the precision ability, so there's a pretty good chance if you have some volume of fire from, like, say, heavy intercessors because they have the -1 AP, or
Yeah.
Gray Hunters are a great example because they get the extra shot uh, with their rifles. You know, they have more shots, I think, than most of your battle line. So Gray Hunters
Hmm.
might be able to have a good chance of sniping out somebody's character from a unit, which could be pretty
Oh,
impactful. Being able to
So
take
that's what
away.
precision means?
Yep,
That you mean
precision.
you snipe out characters?
Exactly.
Nice.
Precision
No, no.
removes the lookout sir rule. So wherever characters are hiding, yep, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and that feels like they're hunters,
Yeah, exactly,
Great
exactly.
hunters. Right.
So,
Forget
and
the Assassinorum. I got myself some Grey Hunters.
that's right. And I think not only is it very thematic, because Space
Yeah.
Marines have that, cut off the head kind of, and the body will follow kind of mentality, but also, like you said, it's got that whole pack hunting kind of mentality.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
So, uh-oh.
What's up?
Uh, Lily says she can't hear either of us talking. Oh, yeah, and that's crazy. Okay, so it's got to be the stream because on this end, the audio capture, like the levels are peaking up and down, when we talk. So,
Sometimes it's the phone connection. I realized when I hung up and called back, you can hear me once.
uh,
You did that. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna try to rejoin.
oh, never mind. It's not on your end. She had to restart the
Okay.
stream on her end, and she could hear us.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Better.
So, yeah, that's pretty thematic. And then, of course, we all know character. You put characters in your units because they can either give your unit a big buff, or sometimes the
Mhm.
character's the whole point. Like Aryak, for example, he doesn't do a ton to buff his squad, but man, the
Mhm.
squad gets him where he can do a ton of damage to whatever he's fighting, right? And
Oh
so
yeah.
I think if you can snipe out characters early, that's often going to pay some big dividends for you.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
so Eye of the Primarch can definitely be one to look at, I think. Hero of the chapter, a storied and inspirational exemplar of their chapter's virtues. So this war leader is an inspirational presence amongst the ranks of their battle brothers. A Astartes model, while this bearer is leading a unit, the bearer has the battle line keyword.
What can you do with the
Uh,
battle keyword?
so if you'll notice, the detachment rules here are being able to give
Oh, okay.
shoot and
Yeah, yeah,
charge to
yeah,
your
yeah.
battle line. So imagine being able to give your battle line to anything. Give it to a
Yeah,
Terminator captain. Give it to a your Hellblaster squad. Give it to.
nice. Well, it's yeah. This is a Astartes model only. While the bearer, only one person can bear it. So if a leader is bearing this thing and they go into a squad, does the squad get the benefit?
I'm sorry, you were saying, Rob?
I said if a leader has this item, this hero of the chapter, right? This title,
Yep.
do they buff the unit that they're in with this
Yep.
as well? Oh,
Exactly.
nice,
So
nice, nice.
you'll be able to turn whatever squad he's leading into a battle line squad.
I love it.
That'll be cool. And then
Yeah,
I'm sure there's going to be stratagems that'll combo off of that as well. So you can probably just stack some buffs here.
that's sweet.
The Blades of. Oh, I really like this one. The Blades of Valor. Astartes model only. Improve the AP characteristics of melee weapons equipped by the bearer and their battle line models by one. So that could be so cool. Imagine your blood claws.
Oh, AP, yeah. Oh, AP1.
Yeah, so they go from AP1 to AP2.
That's just nasty. Where's your invuln saves? Because that's all going to last there.
All of a sudden, your blood claws. Imagine just a 20-man blood claws unit, all with AP2, and then you. Oh yeah, that could get pretty awesome. I think.
Then you put Ragnar in there.
Exactly, exactly. Well, no, you have to have an unnamed hero for this Blades of Valor
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
enhancement.
That's
But
fair.
imagine it's like a wolf priest and you're getting +1 to wound.
Oh yeah, you don't have names.
Uh, there you go. or you've got a
They'll have
battle
mainstream.
leader and you'll get exploding hits, you know, with sustained hits. It'll that could be a nice buff there, I think.
That's nice.
You got
That is nice.
the Bombast Omnivox, a Astartes model only. Each time you select this bear's unit as the target of a stratagem, roll a
Mm.
d6, adding 1 if the unit is battle line. On a 4 plus, you gain a CP.
Nice. Maybe gaining CPs. I always love that.
It's true. Although I'm almost always going to take Bjorn in mind, so that may not be good necessarily for wolves, because we're going to be gaining our 1 CP from Bjorn most time. But for other
Yeah,
weapons,
that's
that could be
true.
really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if you're not taking Bjorn for some reason, but I just like taking Bjorn. It's
Of
funny.
course.
The last game I played, Bjorn didn't do very much at all. For some reason, I kept whiffing frost cannon attacks. I kept whiffing true claw attacks, except for like one round. I took out like 4 people, but he only hit really one round. But like he still got his points more than back because of the continuously
CP
just farming
regeneration.
CP. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do I see here? Codex discipline.
Yep, we're getting into the stratagems. Just
Yeah.
to look through real quick, all of the stratagems for this attachment are 1 CP. Would you
Nice.
like to go through the first stratagem?
Sure. Um, Bastion tax. Oops, you moved. Okay, sorry. Bastion Task Force Battle Tactic Stratagem. Hold to the teachings of the Codex Astartes. These warriors unleash disciplined volleys of firepower. When your shooting phase or fight phase, target one Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. The effect, until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit, re-roll hit rolls of 1. If that target is Auspex scanned, re-roll wound rolls as 1 as well. So re-rolling hit rolls and wound rolls if they're Auspex scanned. That's pretty good. For 1 CP, I'll take it.
Heck yeah,
We're
that's pretty
rolling
cool.
ones. And then for 1 CP, also Guided Disruption, the Bastion Task Force. Strategic Ploy Stratagem. Let's go. Employing Auspex data to reveal weak points in the foe's formation, the Space Marines exploit these to sow confusion and suppress their targets. When your shooting phase or fight phase, just after Adeptus Astartes battle line unit from your army has finished making its attacks, target that Adeptus Astartes battle line unit. There it is, more benefits for your battle line.
Yep.
Effects when an enemy unit is auspex scanned as a result of those attacks this turn, if the enemy unit does not have the monster or vehicle keywords until the start of your next turn, it is pinned. While the unit is pinned, subtract 2 from the unit's moved characteristics and subtract 2 from the charge rolls made from that unit. So I can see Dark Eldar coming in fast and hot. You're like, nope, you can't make that charge. Nope, you can't advance. Nope. And you're a glass cannon. So once I go, you're going to be off the table.
Oh yeah. And imagine anything that's naturally slow, like Death Guard or Custodes. You know,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna wreck you when they get into combat. But if you just keep slowing
Mm,
them down, that'll be cool.
that's true. That's true. I think Death Guard should have some uppy dowdy shenanigans. The guarding grows. All right, move on down and we can get to Light of Vengeance. There it is. Okay. Um, Light of Vengeance, with their frailties exposed by the harsh glare of Auspex analysis, the foes are easy prey for the Space Marine, plus Vengeful Onslaught. When, in your shooting phase or your fight phase, the target one Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. The effect, select the lethal hits or sustain hits 1 ability. Until the end of the phase, the weapon equipped by the models in this unit have that ability while targeting Auspex Scan's unit if the bearer has battle line keyword. That's a mouthful there, but I like that you can choose between lethal hits and sustained hits depending on the situation that you're in. So it gives a
Exactly.
little bit more versatility.
Exactly. Also, being able to stack lethal hits, going back to what we were saying about
Mm-hmm.
using your blood claws as the battle line for this detachment, 20
Oh yeah,
blood claws, and then you're adding lethal hits onto them, and then you give them +1 to wound with the wolf priest. That could all just be super cool.
yeah, that's epic. All right, let's see the next one. You got to roll on up to the second cup. Nobody's answering back in the chat. I wonder if
It says there are 6 there, but hopefully, hopefully somebody will answer back. Oh, 5 now.
yeah. Um, Shock bombardment, an Auspex guided hail of shock charges, binds the foe's targeting system and skews their aim. When in your shooting phase or fight phase, just after the Adeptus Astartes battle line unit from your army has finished making its attack. The Adeptus Astartes battle line unit, that's the target. And the effect is when an enemy unit is Auspex scanned, as a result of those attacks this turn, until the start of your next turn, it's suppressed. While the unit is suppressed, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit rolls. So you're minusing their ability to attack you as much. It seems better to me. Okay. Thank you, Lily. All right. So,
So this detachment's got a bit of like it's some buffs for the battle line, but it's a lot of debuffs for the enemy army too. You've got
I see that. Yeah.
you got
Mm-hmm.
the stop them
Stop
from
the
moving.
movement.
You got them hitting
Yeah.
less efficiently. That's pretty good.
Mhm. Angels Defiant, all too aware of the vital role in holding the foe at bay, these battle brothers refuse to yield even the most grievous of wounds. When in your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after the enemy has selected its targets, the target is one Adeptus Astartes battle line unit from your army that was selected as a target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Effect: until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, the strength characteristics of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristics of your unit, subtract 1 from the wound rolls. So subtracting 1 from hit rolls now, now subtracting 1 from wound rolls. It's kind of tricky to get off against if the strength characteristics of the attack is greater than the toughness of the characteristics of your unit. So their strength is way higher than your toughness. Then you subtract 1 from their wound rolls. Oh, that's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I think that's
Is it a
the ability that our Terminators have that makes them a little more durable.
yeah? Is it worth the CP though? Like, what would you put that on a character? Can you put that on a character? Maybe I guess
I
if you
think
really want that character.
I think the best, and I hate to keep using the same examples again, but from a wolf standpoint, I think if you have a big blob of 20 battle line at the center of your table, that's
Mm-hmm.
20 strong that all have takes 1 extra to wound. That could really enhance their durability, and I think having 20 mid board is going to be pretty durable. So I think that could help you
Nice.
hold on. Also, if you stack this with something though, let's say you put a Terminator unit, and obviously we wouldn't be able to go Wolf Terminator unit, but imagine if you had, just a regular Terminator unit with, say, a Terminator chaplain or a captain in the middle of the board, and you use that enhancement to make them battle line, right?
Right.
Then you're giving them, then you spend the CP to make them harder to wound. You could be having a big brick of Terminators in the middle of the board, or even in your opponent's opponent's deployment
Deployment.
zone. If you're
Mhm.
getting into the back of their lines, that this is hard for them to deal with, hard for them to remove. Getting in there,
Yeah.
doing some Terminator damage, tying up stuff. I think it could
Mhm.
be good.
Okay. And the last one is Heresy Undone. Tactical scans and cogitator analysis has revealed the enemy's debase schemes. rendering their movements easier to anticipate and counter. When in your shooting phase or your charge phase, target is one Adept Astartes unit, battle line unit, excluding battle line units. So any other unit that's not a battle line unit from your army. The effect: until the end of the phase, your unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in the turn in which it advanced. So advancing in charge, which we kind of get with Blood Claws, but I guess you can use other units as well. Or fell back. So they can fall back and charge again. So that would be really good for the Blood Claws too, right?
So in this detachment, all of the battle line already gets that. So
Okay.
this would be with everything else, which I think having that kind of utility where you can uh, fall back in charge or advance in charge is going to be, especially again looking at it from a wolf perspective, it's always good for us. Imagining getting your advance in charge with your head takers, your
Mhm.
terminators, your wolfen. I think
Mhm.
wolfen can already do it actually, but it's just
Yeah.
you're going to be getting that extra value because you're making it more likely that they'll make their charges and get into combat. So
Oh, yeah.
definitely good value I think from any any close combat unit, but also having some units that can also do that with shooting is pretty good because sometimes that thing that's really preventing you from being able to shoot well, especially since like eliminate or eradicators are kind of short range. That
Mhm.
little bit of extra advancing might help them get line of sight of a tank you want to pop or a dreadnought you want to pop. So I think it can be really good for both shooting and melee. I think there's good value here.
Yeah.
It's not one of those that's going to do some direct damage, but it's
No.
going to definitely help you make. It's going to be more of a playmaker. It'll be enable you to do more.
Mhm.
So I think that's pretty cool. We've got a couple more detachments. The next one we'll look at is the Orbital Assault Force. That one just sounds cool. And if you like deep striking stuff, I think this is one that you could.
Sorry.
So, Sons of Ragnar all know all about the thrill of orbital assault.
Oh yeah.
So,
Drop pods, baby.
through the use of teleportation, drop pods, and gunship insertions, and we do like insertions, entire strike forces of Space Marines and even their armored support can deploy from orbit in a matter of moments. A capability that in of itself has won entire wars. Now, notice it says there Space Marines and their armored support. Yes, we are talking about deep striking dreadnoughts and tanks.
Mhm.
At the start of
Mhm.
the declare battle formation step, select up to the number of Astartes units below. So up to 1,000 points, 2 units. Up to 2,000 points, 3 units. And anything beyond 2,000 points, 4 units. Models in those units have the deep strike ability now. We are
Mhm.
talking deep striking tanks, deep striking dreadnoughts. That can be really cool.
Hell yeah.
And then on
Um,
top of that, each time an Astartes model makes an attack, if it was set up on the battlefield this turn, re-roll wound rolls of 1. If it disembarked from a drop pod this turn, re-roll hit rolls of 1 as well. So this one is really interesting because it's like an army rule is something that you usually carry with you throughout the game, but this is
mhm.
like really just the first time. Stream sounds good and clear. Deep strike tanks, love it. Got to get some sleep. Have a great show, guys. Have a
All
great night,
right,
brother.
take care.
Thank you so much for coming by. So yeah, it's like it's interesting because what it lets you do is kind of a big deal,
Oh yeah.
but also it's like, but you only really get to use it the one time at the beginning, you know. It,
Yeah.
it, but let's look and see if maybe the enhancements and the stratagems make up for that. I do like the idea of Murderfang being able to drop in the back line, though,
Heck yeah. I can never get him into battle. He's definitely a priority target.
right? First enhancement is Laurels of Thunder. Laurels. That sounds cool. Laurels of Thunder. Also, now it sounds extra dramatic because I have a sister-in-law by that name.
What, Thunder?
Yes, Thunder. You can re-roll charge rolls made for the bearer's unit in a turn, and oh my gosh, deep strike. Murderfang, and then you can reroll charges for him with laurels. Oh wait, no, we can't give Murderfang an enhancement. I got too excited there. I got too excited. um, but yeah, that would be cool. Just being able to reroll charges, from an extra deep strike. Veteran of the Vanguard. Um, oh, but imagine a non-named dreadnought, right? Like our Space Wolf dreadnoughts, or a
Redemptive.
Redemptor, or what's the close combat
Mhm.
version called? It's called the
Oh, the claw one. Uh, uh,
my brain just literally
Captain Claus.
the Epic Claw
Maybe six.
Dreadnought. Yeah, yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, I'm getting too excited again. You can't give those dreadnoughts an enhancement. What am I doing? All right. Um, I was thinking about when you could give Blood Angels character dreadnoughts. You can't do that now. Oh, Veteran of the Vanguard.
Brutality.
Brutalis, thank you.
There it is.
Um, Veteran of the Vanguard. Models in this bear's units have the Scout 6 inches ability. So you're deep striking up the field, but then you could also put a unit in the middle of the board um, with this enhancement here with the Scout ability. So you could just have
Mm.
all kinds of units up, up the board early game. Orbital Uplink Reliquary. Start these models only as after both players have deployed their armies, select up to 3 units and redeploy them. When you do so, you can also put them up in strategic reserves as you wish. And lastly, Dedicated Gunship. What's your enhancement? A whole gunship. Terminator models only, once per battle at the end of your opponent's fight phase. If the bearer's unit is not in engagement range, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, remove the bearer's unit from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserves. So then imagine having a massive 10-man squad of Wolfguard Terminators and not Wolfguard Terminators, of Terminators and a captain or a chaplain to go with them. And you just decide you're going to uppy downy. It's kind of thematic. You're calling in the Thunderhawk to pick you up and move you somewhere
Yeah.
else across the battlefield. That's so thematic. It's like right out of the books. That seems like all of these enhancements, like every single one of them seems really good. Redeploying is such a great utility move. Being able to scout, get middle of the board, and then of course being able to reroll charges when you come in. All of that's so good. Would you like the stratagems, brother, or would you like me to?
I am trying to find what page you're on.
This is
18.
page 19.
I'm getting there. 17, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Suppressing, strafing. Strafing, right? Is that the right one?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay. Okay. Um, Orbital Sword Force. I love this. As the Space Marines storm forward, their gunships and fighter craft streak overhead, hammering enemy positions with hails of fire to keep the foe pinned. When in the command phase, target one Adeptus Astartes unit from your army. The effect: select one enemy unit visible to the um, select one enemy unit visible to and within 18 inches of your unit. That enemy takes a battle shock test. When doing so, subtract 1 from that test, and if that test failed, that enemy unit is suppressed. While a unit is suppressed, each time the model in that unit makes an attack, subtract 1 from their hit rolls. Restriction: you cannot use this stratagem more than once per battle.
Again, that is really cool. Calling in, a Thunderhawk to just strafe by and suppress your targets. for 18 inches.
Tactical decapitation. All right. All right. By rapidly eliminating localized enemy leaders, the Space Marines keep the foes off balance and hamper organized resistance to their onslaught. In your shooting phase or fight phase, you can target one Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight. Until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by the model in the unit have precision ability, and each time the model in your unit makes an attack that targets the character unit, add 1 to the hit roll. So it's not only targeting characters, but you're adding 1 to the hit roll as well.
That's pretty nice.
That is nice. Es muy bueno.
And unlike the
Shot.
last one where it's, just your battle line, this one is any Astartes
Everybody.
unit, so you could get some pretty good guns in there too.
A lot of characters are going to go out. All right. Look out, sir. This shock onslaught. The sheer devastating momentum of a Space Marine drop assault shatters one enemy battle line after another. When, in your fight phase, the target, Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the unit. 6 inches instead of 3 inches. A little mobility there.
Yeah.
Or
possibly consolidate into, improve your chances of consolidating onto an objective or an enemy unit with that.
oh yeah, it's a game of movement. Auto sense coordination by binding the data feeds from their auto senses, Autobots. I'm sorry. From their auto senses, these battle brothers generate triangulated targeting solutions for close quarters fire spreads. In your shooting phase or your fight phase, one Adeptus Astartes unit that has not been selected to shoot or fight with yet. The effect is select lethal hits or sustained hits 1 ability until the end of the phase. Weapons equipped by the model in your unit have the ability in a turn in which they disembark from a drop pod or while targeting an enemy unit within 12 inches.
Ooh.
So the same as before, but it could be for anybody, but it has to be if you're within 12 inches of a drop pod. Yeah. You get those lethal hits or sustained hits. I guess you can choose.
That's
Now,
pretty
these
cool.
are red. Why are these red? They're in a different phase. They're in the shooting phase. That's why. All right. In your opponent's shooting phase. So, auto launchers split the precogitated spread of blind grenades to baffle organic and mechanical targeting. In your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets, but before they shoot, you can target one Adeptus Astartes unit, excluding a Titanic units from your army that was selected as the target of one or more attacking units. Attacked and one friendly Adeptus Astartes smoke vehicle or drop pod within 9 inches of it. That's a lot. That's a lot. Until the end of the phase, models in the unit have a stealth ability, and each time a ranged attack targets one of your units, the model in that unit has the benefit of cover against that attack. Now, does that go against things that ignore cover?
Yes, so it's not. It's because it gives them the stealth makes them -1 to hit regardless.
Yeah,
They don't necessarily they have the benefit of colors, so that part will be negated, but they'll still get the -1 to hit because of stealth.
you gotcha.
So it'll still be half as effective, I guess.
Hmm. This one's interesting. Onward for the Emperor. There is always another battle to be fought, and Space Marines waste no time in fighting it. When, in the end of your opponent's fight phase, the target one Adeptus Astartes infantry unit one friendly transport, it is able to embark within. The effect, if your Adeptus Astartes unit is wholly within 6 inches of the transport, it can embark within. So tactical, saving somebody's butt and transporting to a different kind of like objective or something.
That's
I can
pretty
see
cool that
that.
you can embark during your opponent's turn.
Yeah. Like, you gonna kill me? Nope. Pick
Well,
the armor on my tent.
it's the end of your opponent's fight phase, so they would have already done all the damage that they could. But it's probably
Oh,
good
I
to
see.
set up for next turn.
Yeah. That's just a retreat.
It's a tactical
No.
repositioning.
That's another way you can say it. For sure.
The last detachment we have for the night is the Reclamation Force. So this detachment rule is called the Oath of Reclamation. The driving principle behind all of these battle brothers is the honoring of their oaths to drive back the darkness and reconquer the 500 worlds, one battlefield at a time. Each time an Adeptus Astartes models from your army makes a melee attack that targets a unit within range of an objective marker, improve the AP of that attack by 1. Ooh. Each time an attack targets an Astartes unit from your army, if your unit is within range of an objective marker that you controlled at the start of the phase, and if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of your unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll as well. That's pretty cool. So they'll never be able to wound you on 2s.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if they equal your toughness, they'll be wounding you on 4s. 1 above your, they'll be wounding on 5s, and then they'll never wound on. And then,
I rolled with a 6.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's like a 5-up ward a little bit, right?
yeah. So that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Your army can include Ultramarines units, but it cannot include any Astartes units drawn from another chapter in this one. Okay, so
Womp, womp, womp.
yeah, so this one is either you play as Ultramarines or you play as
Ultramarine successors.
or just you're not taking any characters
All
or
right.
any named characters. Let me double check the other ones. No restrictions on Bastion Task Force. No restrictions on Orbital Assault Force. So just this one, I guess.
Mhm.
I guess since it's this one talks about reclaiming the 500 worlds, it makes sense that it would be kind of Ultramarines focused. But again, if you're not taking any named characters, then any chapter could take this. But enhancements, the Seals of Reconquest, to conquest and then to conquest again. Astartes model only. Models in this unit have a 5+ invulnerable save. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like a ton of durability, because still gotta rely on yourself making some 5-up rolls, but they add some
Mm-hmm.
durability. The
A little bit.
Avenging Avatar. Eyes alight with determination and vengeful fury, this champion of the chapter seems almost to cast the dread of the shadow of the Primarch himself across his quailing foes. Astartes model only. In the battle shock step of your opponent's command phase, if an enemy unit is below its starting strength and within 9 inches of the bearer, that enemy unit must take a battle shock test. I mean, that's okay. I think battle shock is not necessarily.
Overrated.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not from Battleshock.
I mean, that runs really, depending on how much it is, would really, to me, just be a points filler. If you have a
Yeah.
leftover few points at the end of your list. The Scroll of Proclamation, finely scribed on vellum and tightly bound in armored scroll case. The words of Robert Gilliman's, oh my god, Concilius Imperatus and Ultramar prove a constant source of inspiration that drive this warrior ever onward.
Nice Latin.
Thank you. Each time the bearer's unit declares a charge, if one or more targets that made that charge are within range of an objective marker, you can re-roll the charge roll. Okay. Never a bad thing to be able to re-roll your charge rolls. Liberatum. Starters models only. Each time the bearer makes an attack that targets an enemy unit, if the target is within range of an objective marker, you can re-roll the hit roll and re-roll the wound roll. Ooh, that seems like an auto take. Re-roll all hit rolls. Wait. Oh no, not an auto take because he's just the bearer, not the bearer's unit. I mean,
okay.
You put that on a pretty strong character though, and to just have a very fighty character could still be really good.
Sure.
But yeah, not as auto take as I initially thought. And then on to our final stratagems of the night.
Crusading Conquerors for 1 CP. The sheer will of these battle brothers to reclaim the sacred 500 worlds is overwhelming. At the end of the command phase, you can target an Astartes unit until the start of the next command phase. Add 1 to the objective control, OC1, characteristics of the model's unit. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good to capture objectives. Furious dedication. Cold fury of purpose drives the charge of the Space Marines, their absolute dedication to their cause, lending them ferocious speed and strength. So in your charge phase or your fart phase, in your charge phase or your fight phase, 1 Astartes unit from that is not declared a charge or has been selected to fight this phase. That's who you can target. The effect is until the end of the turn. Add 2 to the charge rolls made for that unit. Add 1 to the attack's characteristics of melee weapons equipped by the model in your unit. That's only for 1 CP. Sweet. You cannot use this stratagem more than once per turn. That's just every turn.
That is pretty awesome.
That's glorious. Yeah, that is awesome.
I think that's going to be beautiful on your Blade Guard. It's going to be beautiful on Terminators. And I think where this one will really shine is if you've got those Victrix Guard. I think this is going to be extra cool on the Victrix. They did get a slight nerf, which we'll talk about after this, but I think they're still worthwhile.
And we have here, fight to the end. Those who have sworn an oath to see Ultramar reclaimed will not yield a single yard of its territories once they have seized and secured them. When, in the fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets, the target is 1 Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that was selected as the target of 1 or more attacking unit attacks. The effect is until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit is destroyed. If that model has not fought this phase, roll 1d6, and on a 4-up, do not remove the destroyed model from play. It can fight after the attacking unit has finished making its attack and is removed from play, so fighting upon death.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Gotta love fight on death.
I love fighting on death, yeah. If you gotta go, go in a blaze of glory. Next up, these are blue. Does that mean they're for it's the movement phase. Okay, I see this. I'm getting it. All right, Scions of Gilliman. So in your movement phase, just after Adeptus Astartes unit from your army ends a fallback move, the target is an Adeptus Astartes unit, and the effect is until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. Sorry. A little bit of mobility.
Yep.
We have Ultramarine Destiny. All those Space Marine fighting to defend or to expand the Ultramarine stellar realm trust that their conquest, though it must be hard fought for is nothing short of an ordained by the Primarch's will. Sorry. In your movement phase, the target is one of the Astartes unit from your army, and the effect is select one objective marker you control that your unit is within range of. That objective marker remains under your control until your opponent's level of control over that object marker is greater than yours at the end of the phase. It's a last minute scoring tactic, possibly for secondaries.
I mean, it's always good to have sticky objectives.
Yes. Yes. Marching ever on. The road to the complete rebuilding of the 500 worlds would be a long and grueling one, and those who fight their way along it cannot pause in their advance for even a moment. When in your opponent's movement phase, just after an enemy unit falls back. The target is one of the Astartes unit from your army that was within engagement range of that enemy unit at the start of the phase. The effect is your unit can make a normal move up to d6 plus 1 inches. So they go back, you go right up into their face again.
Yeah, I have
Nice.
used a similar stratagem. I think in one of the Space Wolf, one of the Space Wolf uh, stratagems from one of the Space Wolf detachments, and that was worked out so perfectly because Atlas fell back with a unit, and I used a stratagem and made that move and caught right back up with him with my Wolfen. It was beautiful.
Absolutely.
So this can be really great for catching right back up with them.
Hey there, Inquisitor.
Good to see you, my
He
brother.
said, hey, you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. He says, hey there, guys. Sorry. Couldn't help it.
Let's see.
Three,
The
two.
next few pages were just the changes made in the last balance pass.
Changes.
I did want to mention here, though, the Victrix Honor Guard is a changed data sheet. So
Oh,
before they were, I think, 220 points,
mhm.
and then they went up to 240 in this last
Mhm.
balance pass with the nerf. They have since been rebalanced, kind of a nerf and a buff at the same time. So the nerf is that they have been knocked down from 4 wounds apiece to 3 wounds apiece. But now they've gone back down to a lower points cost, kind of between the two. They now sit
Mhm.
at 230 points. So they're
Mhm.
cheaper, but they have fewer wounds now. So they are just were being taken in every single list, and a lot of people found big bricks of 6 of them at a time just a bit
Oh, yeah.
oppressive to deal with, trying to take that many wounds off the table, which is understandable. So, um, so not a big nerf. I mean, I guess it is a big nerf when you mean go across the, uh, the unit. You're losing what six wounds to chew through, but it's
Mhm.
it's it's probably not that big of a deal. I think with them being cheaper and the fact that they'll be less of an auto take, across every list, I think
Yeah.
hopefully that'll keep them from being hit with a bigger nerf bat in the future.
Hmm.
Of course, Titus's data sheet has been released. Or Captain Titus, you got to get that new model. He looks so much cooler than his lieutenant model. That looks like he's slipping on a banana peel.
I like his banana peel. It's very appealing to me.
Oh my
I
gosh,
just think that.
I love dad jokes. He gets a master crafted bolter doing 2 damage apiece, hitting on
Oh.
twos, otherwise a normal bolter. He gets a master crafted chainsword with 8 big attacks, hitting on 2, strength 5, AP 1, damage 2. I love that change. I felt like the damage 1 on his lieutenant profile for his master crafted chainsword was just too
Mhm.
weak. I appreciate that it's damage 2 now. Because at first it's like, it's thematic in the video games, but it's just like, ugh, why would anyone who makes it to captain just keep a chainsword? They're not doing any damage. This feels better
Right.
to me. A damage 2, which is kind of like the Teeth of Terror back in the day.
Mm.
He gets a couple of abilities. He gets a 5 plus feel no pain. Uh,
Nice.
he gets weapons, press the attack. Weapons equipped by models in this model's unit get the sustained 1. So he gives the whole unit sustained 1 like a Wolfguard battle leader does.
Nice.
Honor of Ultramar. If this model is destroyed by a melee attack, if it has not fought yet this phase, roll a d6. On a 2 plus, do not remove it from play. This model can fight after the unit has finished making its attack. Okay, so fight on death. And if one or more of the enemy models are destroyed as a result of those attacks, this model regains D3 lost wounds and is not destroyed.
Nice.
So he can just get back up and keep on, which is really cool because just like in the video game, if you're going into the red dying state, but
Yeah.
then you get one of those melee criticals, where you're doing the I forget what they call the brutal kills, where you're like doing a cinematic kill. You get your
Fatality.
huh? Oh, yeah, basically.
Fatality.
Yeah, basically, if you do a fatality on someone in the video game, you get your wounds back. So, it's
There you
it's
go.
just a very thematic like the video game. I like it. Um, let's see. Uh, this model can go with assault intercessors, blade guard veterans, company heroes, Hellblaster squads, Inferno squad, intercessor squad, Stern God, veteran squad, and the Wardens of Ultramar. Huh.
Nice.
Interestingly, he can't go with the Victrix Guard. Why can't he go with the Victrix Guard? He's a captain. Can't all captains go with the Victrix Guard?
Only Marius Calgar. Only the Calgarians.
Okay, now I have to look at the Victrix Guard sheets. It's like, wait a minute, what did I miss?
Yeah, because he was originally attached to the Victor's guard. That was his personal bodyguard.
Yeah. Also, Cato Sicarius, because he's the leader of the Victrix Guard.
Mhm.
If a captain or chapter master can be attached to company heroes unit, it can be attached to this unit instead. Okay, are company heroes listed on Titus? Company heroes. Okay, so he can go with the Victrix. It's just you have to look up. You have to look up 3 different definitions, but yes, you can. It's so
Okay.
weird that they worded it that way. Okay, so this is the new unit, the Wardens of Ultramar. And we have found out now that they are 90 points, which makes them kind of a steal. And so you have Ancient Gadriel, Veteran Sergeant Metaris. So that's 2 people at 4 wounds. So that's 8 wounds right there. Then you have Gaius, Amelia, Daniel, and Lucia, all at 3 wounds apiece. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 4 is, or 4 by 3 is 12. So 12 and 8. That's 20 wounds in this 90 point unit. That's
Wow.
pretty good bulk, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So what do they have here? They've got a bunch of different stuff from a las pistol, which is strength 4 -1, 1 damage, an astropathic blast, which is pretty cool, D6 blast attack with strength 4 -1, 1 damage, a bolt rifle, typical bolt rifle stuff, strength 4 -1, 1 damage, heavy bolt, strength 4 -1, 1 damage. Close combat, we've got a some close combat weapons, so strength 4, 0 AP, 1 damage. A force staff, strength 5, minus 2, 2 damage. A power weapon, strength 4, minus 2, 1 damage. And a mastercrafted power weapon, strength 5, minus 2, 2 damage. So we've got a variety of attacks here. They don't do a ton of damage. But man, if you're looking to add just some durability to a squad, adding 90 points of 20 wounds, that's going to give you a little bit of extra damage. Isn't a bad idea. Now let's see what they can do for your unit. You got the company banner. While this contains the ancient Gadriel, add 1 to the OC of models in this unit. While this unit contains ancient Gadriel and Captain Titus, improve the leadership by 1 as well. Okay, so it's going to keep you around and help you pass your leadership tests. Strategian command. After both players have deployed their armies, if this army is on the battlefield or any transports are on the battlefield, select up to 3 Astartes units and redeploy them. Now, redeploying, as we talked about earlier, is pretty powerful, especially if like you realize some key unit from your army is now sitting in front of a big tank, or has line of sight of some very heavy firepower from your army, and you don't want to get first turn alpha striked. You activate this redeploy and set them up somewhere else where they're going to be safer. Or if you're set up maybe in a place that you realize your opponent hasn't deployed anything on, say, the right flank, and you want to go all in on the right flank now, you could expose their weakness that way. So redeploying can be powerful.
Absolutely.
This squad also gets a 5+ invul save on the refractor field, and then a 4+ invul save on the storm shield. So if you're taking it on the Blade Guard veteran, so I've got some invul saves here.
Nice.
And if you look on the unit composition, it'll tell you who's got what equipment. The Ancient's got the bolt rifle and close combat weapon. Veteran Sergeant has the heavy bolt pistol, power weapon, and storm shield. You got the Architect glass pistol on Gaius, and a power weapon and the refractor field. So you can kind of keep around who when you start taking wounds, taking wounds on who you want to keep what abilities for the last. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Who can this go to? This can join one of the following units, then counts as part of that unit for the rest of that battle, and its starting strength is increased accordingly. Assault Intercessors, Blade Guard Veterans, a regular Intercessor Squad, Stern Guard Veteran Squad. Now, from what I have seen online, any of these squads would be great. I mean, taking a Blade Guard Veteran Squad that's going to do some melee damage and being able to just stack these abilities and wounds to it could be pretty good.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people saying that they want to try these out on Stern Guard Veterans. Because, first of all, Stern Guard Veterans deal mortal wounds. Then, on top of that, you're giving them the invul saves, which is one of the weaknesses of the Stern Guard Veterans, is that they don't have a very good defensive profile. But if all of a sudden you're adding on invulnerable saves to them, that can increase them. Plus, they'll have the defense of naturally having these 20 extra wounds attached to them. And then on top of that, you'll be giving them some melee power with the Blade Guard Veteran in there. And so, and of course you'll get all the extra like little shots, the psychic attack, the bolt rifle, heavy pistol. You'll get a couple of other close combat with the power weapon and force staff. Those are more incidental damage, but just be able to get the utility of having A, some close combat option with your Stern Guard Veterans, and B, just some ability to tank damage on your Stern Guard Veterans while they sit there and pump out mortal wounds. Is going to be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And then on top of the utility of being able to reposition 3 of your squads, all of this is going to be really good. So I think 90 points, these guys are a steal.
Yeah, they are. They can work a lot. They earn their value, then some. They'll be nerfed.
It'll be like the Victrix, I think, where it'll get where every list is taking them, and then they'll get nerfed,
Of course.
So that is all the goodies for Space Marine players that have come out with the 500 Worlds. I do want to show everyone here, if you are playing one of the other factions that are listed in this update, I didn't even notice Astra Militarum was one of the ones. I'll have to take a look at that next week because I do love me
Mm.
some Astra Militarum. Um, but there's Sisters of Battle here. There are Necrons here, as you mentioned earlier. Necrons are going to be a big part of this
Oh,
campaign.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
Emperor's Children, your brand new spanking army, is here as well with the faction pack.
Oh yeah.
And Chaos Space Marines also have an update. If you guys want to see us cover any of those next week, we'll be happy to do so. Just let us know down in the comments or hit us up on our socials. And now, back to us. Nope. Us. We're in the kitchen now.
Yeah, I am. I'm making a quesadilla.
Yum.
I got the midnight munchies.
Midnight Munchies. All right. Well, brothers, that's all of our topics. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about tonight?
Well, we didn't do channel of the week. Right?
Oh, and I have them listed and linked.
Yeah.
I just completely forgot my segue.
Oh, you good.
Forgive me, brother, for I have sinned.
Alrighty.
All right, so this first channel of the week is Radio Free Hammer Hall.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it, brother.
Oh, that's run by my buddy Paul Conti. He was the original one that took Sassy Nurgling and made him into a demon prince. Yeah, he's at a lot of different events, and he plays very well. He plays Age of Sigmar, and he did a coverage not too long ago on the Magakin of Nurgle, which is the army that he plays. He got a release early of the rules, as did I. So he did a great show there, and he's a great guy. We shared a room when we went to Nova Open like 2 years ago. And yeah, he's a great guy. He shared a hotel room where we mitigate the cost. That's what you do. You mitigate the cost of the hotel room by having roommates.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Anytime
but
my friends and I used to go to the anime conventions together, we'd all just sardine into, like there'd be like 12 of us in two hotel rooms. We just sardine in to save the cost so we could spend more money at the convention.
absolutely. Absolutely. So great dude. He appears on Warhammer Weekly often. He's part of the Vince Circle.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and a good guy. Great guy. Great sense of humor. He also delivers most of the memes that I see.
So if you guys are interested, you can see all the videos here that he's got. Points, Maggotkin, Points, Rumors, and Leaks. Darkwater, Maggotkin, Nurgle model reviews, release dates, price lists, bits, bonanzas. Lots of videos here. If you're interested in Age of Sigmar, and if you are drawn to the grandfather Nurgle, check him out.
Oh yeah.
Next, we have the Honest Wargamer.
This is also an AOS channel, and he does AOS content, and he does competitive gaming, and he does analysis and deep dives of the lists of a whole bunch of things. He's a very, very his last video is he's ranking each box, each faction. So that was pretty good. And yeah, he's a great guy, and he's very, very informative. If you're into paying AOS and you want to know what good lists look like and what synergies might be, we definitely check him out.
Very cool. Check out all of this AOS goodness. Our Flesh Eater Court's too good.
Always.
Has Age of Sigmar become Hero Hammer? Is Archeon back? Just going through some of the thumbnails here. So
I hope so, because I gotta paint him.
The best Hellsmith units to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, lots of cool stuff here. Again, if you guys are interested in AOS, this seems like a great channel to check out.
Really is.
Now I hadn't, cause I haven't delved too deep into AOS um, since what was it, third edition that the Thunder Strike guys came out for the Marines, Sigmarines. I think that was the Thunder.
Oh yeah.
I think third edition was
Uh-huh.
Thunder Strike. Yeah, I haven't messed with it too much since third edition, but I definitely would like to get back in at some point. This last one though is one that I have watched a little bit of. I've enjoyed they do some YouTube Shorts contents, and they also do longer form videos. They are brand new with just 3 videos, 3 long form videos so far. Spackle Grackle. I did enjoy this. Don't buy an A case for your miniatures if you DIY it instead. And they have watching it, they seem pretty good at the DIY stuff. Yeah, they made a good go of it. So they're
See
filming.
it now. That particular one, I do have to say, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
You're good.
I know Allo, the owner of A Case, and they're
Oh.
actually really nice, and he's a really cool dude. But yeah, of course, you can have alternative methods of transporting.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Obviously, like A Case is the Cadillac of your sweet kid. I gotta swatch over so people can see the kitty. Oh, apparently I've on you this whole time. I haven't swapped. I haven't shown any of these channels. Oh my god, I'm so good at this. But at least people got to see the kitty. Kitty.
It's Gandalf. I have
That's awesome.
Tabitha here somewhere.
Oh man, I am so sorry. I didn't realize. I just. Oh man, between the technical issues tonight and then the mythos issues tonight, pro YouTuber here, pro YouTuber. Spackle Grackle. I'll go back through the other channels just to show everyone. But Spackle Grackle here, yeah, and like I said, A case is like the Cadillac of your cases. If you can afford a designer case, that is awesome. But if you need to do it on the cheap, other methods are available, and this DIY method is a good one. Just like they make name brand, I myself haven't bought any of these name brand magnetic cases. This is what she's replicating, by the way, is a magnetic case. I haven't bought any the name brand magnetic cases myself, but I too have been. I've been buying plastic totes and putting a aluminum sheet on the bottom and doing it that way myself. So I have also been doing it on the cheap. I like her method. And yes, like her film style, her humor style, her presentation style. I like so far what I've seen of her channel. So definitely check it out. I'll go back now to the other ones that apparently I have done a disservice by talking about but not showing. Here's the Honest Wargamer. I called out some of their thumbnails earlier. Best armies to collect. What are the best armies in 2026? Archeon is back. Flesh Eater Courts, are they too good? They are when you're playing Robs because they look so good. People will just be staring at the army. We're gonna pop back over to Gandalf again because they're being cute. Look at Gandalf.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Now, okay.
Okay, and then we're going over back to Radio Free Hammer Hall. Again, check it out. Also, all 3 of these channels are linked in the description below. Please feel free to check them out. Visit their channel. Give them some love if you're interested in their videos. Because we love to cross-promote other YouTubers and artists. They, too, did hobby plans. Also, I was looking at Honest Wargamers, and that reminds me of everyone around this time of year does a hashtag New Year, New Army. So we kind of covered that briefly at the beginning of this stream as new armies that we're going to try and put some effort into. For myself, it's going to be try to get into some Iron Warriors and Sisters. Were any of yours not continuations? Were any of yours new armies that you might dip your toe into?
Um,
I know you've bought new armies. I don't know if you intend starting it.
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to start new army. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
I know you talked about you
Um,
were considering orcs, and then also the black and pink is calling to you. Oh, do you plan on doing any of the old school retro look where some of the old Emperor's Children models, some of them had leopard print on some of their armor? Do you
oh
plan
yeah,
on
yeah.
doing any of that freehand leopard
I, don't-
print?
I I actually have, and I know how to do the leopard print. I studied how to do that. That and tartan design. But I do have that noise marine, the one with the guitar.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so I might do him up that way.
That's cool.
You might be leopard, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided. That's the thing. Once you start an army, you just got to commit to whatever design that it is that you chose. So I don't know. It takes me a while to choose a color scheme that I like
That's fair.
that I can settle on. So once I do that, then I'm good to go. But I don't know. I could do leopard print. Maybe I'll do some on the shoulder or something.
Lily says Gandalf is so cute,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he
and
is.
and Paint Minis Live. Good to see you, brother. Says
Hey,
Miniatures Paintbrush, brother Mythos. Great to see you guys out on the beat.
great to see you, guy.
Yeah.
My guy. All right.
Thank you for dropping by, my brother.
Thank you.
All right. So those are our channels of the week. Please feel free to check them out in the description below. We are going to be, and I say we, brother Thomas and I are planning on hopping into Discord and just doing a hangout and paint this evening. Uh,
Yeah,
so
let's do
anyone
it.
who wants to join is welcome to join.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, feel free to swing on by and hang out. Optionally
Mhm.
do some painting or just give a little chin wag, as some people might say. I don't know why, but it drives my wife crazy when I just mix in random British sayings. She's like, we're not there yet. I keep telling her, just like you have to, like, I keep calling French fries chips and chips crisps. And she's like, she's like, we're still in the States. I'm like, hey, they say you got to dress for the job that you want, okay?
Right. You're gonna have to eat mayonnaise on your French fries then.
When
That's a
is the
rule.
hangout? The hangout is typically just a little bit after we end the stream. Thomas doesn't get home for another hour and a half, so it'll probably be around midnight Central Time. Right after the stream, not long after. We take a little bit to take a little bio break and, get ourselves ready between the stream and a hangout. But yeah, I usually hop on not long after. So yeah, you are welcome to join us, my brother, if you like. In our Discord, we usually just hop into the first of the the second tab where it says Community Hangout. Oop, no, I'm not going to go in. No, don't disconnect my call with Miniatures Paintbrush. But in the Wolfbrother Hobbies um uh, Discord, we have a Community Hangout tab. We just hop into the voice chat there. So yeah, it'd be nice to have anyone join us. I feel bad. I should have. I didn't realize earlier until Thomas hit me up. But I know Brother Wybird has been asking for a while too, and I just haven't had the end of the year, beginning of the year can be so crazy. I just haven't had the energy. Plus, we've had stuff going on Saturday mornings.
No. I kind of have something going on Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, but that's okay. I applied for one of the board positions at the Union for Teachers here in Maryland, and I'm going to a legislative event where I'm going to shake hands with some bigwigs.
Ooh.
Hopefully, I can change some policies and protect our teachers. I know, right? I just go for it. I'm a full send kind of person.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's you've always been really good at making connections, brother.
Yeah. Well, I call it how it is. I say it. I don't mince words. And people know that if you tell me something, I won't blab it out. you know, I keep confidentiality, and I also fight for what's right. I don't back down. I'm not intimidated.
And what are some of the darkest secrets that you've had to keep?
Uh, Personally, there's a lot to reveal on here.
I'm just kidding, because you just said I don't blab. It's like interview style. As soon as somebody says in like a political interview, like I know the secrets, and then they'll ask them on the interview to disclose those secrets, knowing that they're on camera or whatever.
I mean, I am a Mason, so I know how to keep a secret.
It's fair. It's fair.
Oh, goodness. Oh, painting. So, anything on the horizon? Anything that you're looking to see? If they were to release the 11th edition box set, what do you think is going to be in that box set? Like, who are the factions?
I have heard rumor that it's going to be Marines versus Orcs for this box.
Oh, Marines versus. Darn it! They know how to. Darn it! See, darn it, Warhammer! You know how to take my money. Just take it. Just take it. Just take it.
It's. I wonder how the sales were for, the was it the Ragnar versus Gazgul box. It hasn't been that long since the Ragnar Gazgul box, but it seems interesting, and obviously the orc community is so big, they must know that if they put them in an opening set, an edition, a beginning of the edition set, it's gonna sell well. All right, lots of Marine players,
Yeah.
lots of orc players. Orcs have one of the biggest, fan bases out there as far as, aside from Space Marines. So they've done Chaos, right? That was eighth edition. Okay,
Yeah.
then they had ninth edition was Necrons, and then Tyranids this past edition. So Orcs would be pretty cool. And
I
then
know. Ever since they released Huron, it could be the Red Corsairs.
it could be. It could be.
Because they said there was more to come, and I haven't heard anything. So
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
And of course, me saying that I heard it's Orcs is just like online talk. I
It
can't
would be
even.
cool.
But I think either way, I think people have been like, all where is the year of chaos? They've
Yeah.
been looking for that extra touch of chaos, which I think chaos has gotten a fair amount this year. Not that I'm
I
saying
think
no,
so.
no. I hope I don't get taken out of context. Like I'm not saying fair in relation to everything Space Marines have gotten because Space Marines always get a jack ton. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like more than previous years worth. I want to make sure I'm not like taken out of context. They seems like they have gotten more over this past year than previous years, but they definitely still deserve much more for sure.
So what you're saying is that Chaos Space Marines should never get any more updates because they got enough stuff. No, that's not what you're saying at all. Like that is literally the opposite of what I was saying, Rob.
Question: Are you guys interested in the upcoming Dawn of War and Total War 40K games? Interested, yes. Especially okay, I am more interested in the Total War because I have never been good at the Dawn of War games, and so I've never finished one, and so it's harder for me to get interested. And a lot of, I mean, I'm not a very good gamer, right? A lot of people are just like get good, but like I've just never been able to beat a lot of Warhammer games, just because they're in by nature, can be difficult. Except for like I beat Space Marine, um, and I've gotten to the end of Dark Tide, um, but those were kind of different games. But like as far as strategy games, I've never managed to beat a single Dawn of War game. I am looking forward to it though because it looks cool, and I am looking forward to Dawn of War. I mean, a Total War 40K for sure. So definitely would be something I'd be interested in checking out in the future. They are not. Oh, go ahead.
I have played Dawn of War, Total War for Age of Sigmar, and I couldn't beat that. So, so good. I just want. I wish they would turn base it, instead of the guys are charging at you. You better do something. The guys are charging at you. You better do something now. I'm like, oh, what do I do? Wait.
They're not such a high priority on my list though that I'll get them on release. I'll probably do like I do with many games, and I'll just wait for them to go on sale at some point. Oh, interestingly, I didn't mention during our earlier hobby update for non-tabletop stuff. So one of the games I got my wife for Christmas is called News Tower. And she had told me like back in like late November that, hey, this game's coming out. I'm really excited about it. And so I didn't know anything about the game at the time, but she mentioned like 3 times that weekend, like, I can't wait to get this game when it comes out. So I just went ahead and pre-ordered it and set it to be gifted to her on midnight Christmas morning, right?
Nice.
And as a side note, she got a gift card on Christmas Eve from her family, and then she bought it for herself. And I'm like, oh no! I'm like, can you get a refund on that? But that was just funny coincidence. But then so throughout December, to get hyped up for the game, she was first she wanted to share with me what she was excited about, and I think this is one of the reasons that I think works in our relationship. And if anyone else isn't doing this, I think it's a great way to maintain a strong relationship, is to go out of your way to take an interest in the things that your partner is excited about, right?
Oh yeah.
And so we watched a few Let's Plays and streams of this game called News Tower, where you run a 1930s newspaper, and it's almost done like a tycoon kind of game. And anyways, in the course of watching it with her, I started from watching it with her to get excited about what she was excited about, but ended up getting really excited about the game myself. And so on Steam, you can set it to share your library with somebody else. So Christmas came and went, and like when she wasn't online, because we're sharing libraries, I would start playing the game, and I got hooked on it, and I started playing so much she ended up buying me my own copy. And so even though this was originally her gift, I ended up beating it before her. I just got like majorly hooked on it.
Oh my gosh. That sounds awesome and terrible at the same time.
So, yeah, I'm like, man, I'm kind of a terrible person. Here's your gift. I'm going to beat it now.
Yeah. I tell my wife to make a list on Amazon, then invite me to said list. And all throughout the year, things appear. It's the 12 months of Christmas. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just got her an artist table that I have behind me. It's a drafting table,
Very
and then I
nice.
got my daughter a small one. So we're
That's so cool.
rearranging it. So we all have our art space, so we can create art together as a family.
That's awesome.
Yeah, amongst other things.
And in case anybody's wondering, because I listed it earlier, like a plethora of things she got me, that was not the only thing I got her. We got each other. We kind of spoiled each other this Christmas. So.
Gosh, yeah. Yeah, so cool. I only tell my wife, my dear wife, you don't have to buy me a gift, but I will buy you a gift. All you have to do as your gift to me is give me a hug and let me buy whatever the heck I want. I never go over budget, so there's that.
I try a
And
similar.
I am not in debt, so I own nothing. So
I should try a similar tactic with telling my lovely wife she doesn't have to buy me anything. But she has this lifelong phrase she's always lived by since
what's that?
birth: equals pequals. And so, by the rule of equals pequals, anytime I tell her she doesn't have to worry about getting me a gift, she reminds me that if she doesn't get me a gift, and I get her a gift, that would not be equals pequals. I attended a meditation and spiritual session with my, I assume, senior officer. It was far out of my comfort zone, but I learned a lot. After that, she decided that significant other. Senior officer, significant other,
Same thing.
same thing.
Yeah.
After that, she decided that she wanted to learn how to paint minis. It's progress. Hey!
My wife will play the games, but she does not like painting minis.
That is cool. Although, so even though um, Lily doesn't enjoy painting miniatures either, and she, didn't really enjoy the tabletop, she does go out of her way to learn little bits of the lore and stuff like that, and she pays attention when I'm like hyper focusing and just, you know, spitting out random lore bits and stuff like that. And she surprises me sometimes when I'm like rambling, and she's like, and that's like, I'll mention Lehman Rush. She's like, and that's the Primarch of the Space Wolves, right? I'm like, hey, just pleasantly surprised, but she just drops 40K knowledge when I'm talking. It's just super cool.
My daughter did that recently. Drew me in. I was like, what the heck? She says, that's Logan Grin, or that's Lantern the Black Man, isn't it? Wow.
Paint Minnie's Life says she's laughing so hard at senior officer.
I like that.
So was my wife Lily over here. I could just hear her laughing in the other room.
I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, same difference.
Oh, yeah.
Or in the words of Sean Spencer from Psych, I've heard it both ways. I love that show. All right, fam.
What shows are you?
I'm sorry.
What shows are you watching?
What shows am I watching now? I am watching. At the moment, I'm mostly watching anime.
Nice.
YouTube and anime. Like on the anime I'm watching, I'm bouncing between a couple of them. I'm watching Dan to Dan with my son. I need to call him. I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen with my brother. I'm watching Toilet Bound Hanako with my daughter.
Nice.
Miniatures Paintbrush. What has been your favorite hobby tool over the last year? Always looking for new tools.
That's a good question. Let me see. Favorite hobby tool? So many. It would have to be. Where are you? No. My gosh, I have so many paintbrushes. Here it is. My Winsor & Newton Zero Series 7. I keep a nice tip on, and that thing, but you have to maintain it. Like, it is fickle, you have to maintain it, and I only use this for the most subtlest details, like eyes and the dots inside the eyes, and that's where I use this. I think that's the best tool right now. Second place should be these things, so I can see what I am painting, and if you do this, and you have the little light on top of it too, that'll glow and it'll illuminate the face whenever you're doing it. It actually illuminates the area, which is pretty cool. That those two would be flipping awesome. But there's so many things that I use. A nice pair of nippers I got there. I gave Mythos the God Hand, but I'm using the second. It's like a knockoff God Hand, which is fine because then I don't care if it breaks. There you go. Having that, when you come to convert models and you have to cut through the model, converting like little pieces, like if I have this sword and it has, if I have this sword and it has a hand attached and I want to get rid of the hand, this thing does beautifully. Like it just cuts like like a hot knife through butter. That's really awesome. Shout out to Micron pens, especially the Pigma 005 pen. I love that for blacklighting. I use that almost exclusively. I can get better results with the Zero, the Winsor Newton's Zero. But then again, I don't want to sacrifice this tip for anything but eyes because I'm doing a lot of eyes. So this is the brush for eyes, period. Now I have other brushes that I use for everything else. But yeah, when I want to do a quick job and I don't have to worry about it, I'm going for the Micron pen. I have a steady enough hand that I can do all the black lining. That's what I'm doing right now, actually. So that's definitely on my painting table. Airbrush Flow Improver, always, always. It's always in my wet palette. So because whenever I'm highlighting or I need the paint to flow off my brush, that's definitely going to be a help to get it nice and smooth. So you want too thick of a paint, I thin it down with this, and then it just flows right off. It starts acting like an ink after a while. And this I discovered just had a Magic Mic. So whenever you want for longer periods of time, this is has a paint slow dry retardant, but it also dries super matte. So I sometimes use it as almost like a varnish, but it's like using a varnish, having a varnish effect on your paint, but also allows you to wet blend. So you can do transitions a little better. This thing is pretty good. So, I mean, I can go on, but I am not going on. Sanding sticks. Love sanding sticks. Those are great. Yeah. Yep. I think that's all I'm going to say. Wood glue instead of Elmer's glue because it's thicker.
Yeah.
So I use a Tri-Bond. That's on my desk. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm using ink for extra part gloves.
Minis Paintbrush Paint Minis Live says, how much a difference do you think the glasses make? I have decent vision, but I'm seeing that there are benefits to having them, but I'm afraid it will exasperate my perfectionism.
Well, the difference between me when I didn't use it and I started using it, for me, it was more like I have a small item, right? Like this miniature over here. And let's say if I took the miniature and I extended it away from me for about 3 feet, and then I'm trying to paint details that way, right? So the difference between that and moving it up closer is the same difference between having it up close and putting on these glasses. That's in relation. Um, so yeah, I think it makes a major difference, especially like I wouldn't wear it for too long because they hurt my nose after a while. But when I'm doing hyper detail, like I want to do a nice gradient on their cheeks underneath. So this way their shadows, the shadow color is actually a reddish tinge with the black for the shadows. So it shows a little more life to the miniatures so it don't look so undead. Um, or when I'm doing eyes, or I'm doing the pupils of the eyes, or I'm doing the little glimmer in the pupils of the eyes. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't be able to do that. So this allowed me to do that. So this thing is absolutely amazing. And I would highly, highly recommend, especially if you want to get super ultra detail work in. Because, like I said, if you were this far away, 3 feet away, trying to paint something, it's going to come out sloppily. And once you paint something without using one, and then you put this on, you're going to see how sloppy the paint job is. Like, it looks fine from here, but not from here. You know, this will get all the details. So, yeah. And you'll know exactly where to put your brush tip. Exactly. I think it's very accurate for that. So, I highly recommend that. And if you don't have a wet palette, get a wet palette. Wet palettes, yeah. Theirs are pretty cool. Unless you're dry brushing everything. Fair. Or maybe the sponge.
I think
Yeah.
the difference is pretty significant. The only thing is that because of my stigmatism, I have a hard time being able to see with them in a way that doesn't obstruct my glasses. And taking off my glasses, the stigmatism doesn't has a hard time adjusting, you know. But I do use them sometimes when I'm trying to focus on something like faces.
So your eyes are different sizes, huh? Like mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though luckily, it doesn't bother me when I take off my glasses.
I'm hoping at some point. I have a ocular phobia, so I always I've always struggled with contacts, but I'm hoping at some point to be able to adjust to them, so that way I can use stuff over the eyes, like magnifiers.
I've done contact lenses because I am nearsighted. Um, so when I put on the contacts, I can't see up close. I can only see far away
Oh
because
wow!
it corrects the far away vision, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I lose this when I have the contacts on. So beware of that. I didn't know that happened to me until I actually got the contacts in. I put it in, and then I try to read something on my phone. And I'm like, I can't see a thing. Even when it's this far away, I can't see it. Like it has to be really far away for me to see it. Yeah. So reading was just not on the table when I put in the contacts. Well, I more got that because I was going to, well, I did swim with a whale shark, and I wanted to be able to see underwater, even like the things on. So I put the contacts in when I went in, so I can actually get a good view of the whale shark when I go swimming. So I got it for that, and for that purpose, it worked well. But for as far as every day, no, I still have a whole brand new box of contacts that I hardly ever used. If I go skiing or something like that, and I know that I'm not going to be reading for a long time, then I'll put them in.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll probably give them a try at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe here this next year, because I am due for some new specs.
Nice. Where do you go for your specs, if I may ask?
There's a local place here in town I usually go to, although they're a bit pricey, and I'm a bit more broke these days, so I might go somewhere to a chain or something like that.
Oh, I went to Target, and it was like freaking awesome.
Target
I
sounds
used
like
to.
a good place. I
Yeah.
might have to go there. Check them
Yeah.
out.
They hooked me up. They hooked me up with Armani glasses and Ray-Bans. So I was like, for the car, I have dedicated sunglasses.
Nice.
Because sometimes that sun be banging in your car.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, this is good. But yes, Emperor's Children are calling me. Maybe this will be the year of the Emperor's Children. And or maybe this will be the year of the Necrons. My buddy, Nick Beer, man.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah. I'll ask permission if my little girl can say Necrons.
Carry
So I
on the
can join
tradition
it
since.
in.
Man,
That's right.
I gotta say, I was, and totally respect, the young lady would like her privacy.
Of
But when
course.
he put up that video that said the end of an era, and that
I,
Necron girl requested that she, those clips stop being used, I was like, oh,
I had a little misty tear in my eye. I was like, yeah, it really is an end of an era. Just like what you said with Freak. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Yeah. I guess. I mean, he hasn't been playing, right?
yeah. Oh
So,
yeah, if anyone is around that wasn't here at the beginning of the stream, I did share that Freak is getting out of 40K and is selling off his fists. So if anybody is interested in one of the OG Frost and Fist armies, he is selling it for 250 US. So feel free to message him and check it out. I believe
250 for a whole army or 2,500?
no, 250.
Really?
Yeah.
For an entire army?
Well, I mean, not all of it is, not all of it is current, but yeah, for the full army. It did make me feel good. He said that the few pieces I painted for him, though, he's keeping for sentimental value. That's pretty cool.
That is nice. How's he doing? Have you spoken to him recently?
No, that was our the only thing we really talked about.
Oh, okay.
He did hit me up a few weeks ago saying though if I want to get on Dark Tide though, he'd be happy to hop on with me. So I might hop on Dark Tide at some point. Just the end of the year, super busy.
Yeah, yeah. I hear you. Oh, goodness.
I've always loved the Emperor's Children because they swing to the extremes. It really unsettles me the way that they go from jamming to music to slaughter for the fun of it. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. And I can't wait to paint up Fulgrim's the JJ.
It's so crazy because like you think of like all of what one would consider as normal excesses, right? Pleasure and pain, violence, decadence, music, you know, the drug use, all of that stuff. But when you read the books though, they go to some like really disturbing extremes too. It's like
Oh, yeah.
All their decoration around their ship, they're like murals painted all over the walls and stuff like that. But the
With blood.
colors are not just paint. There's blood mixed in with all the reds and blacks. All the browns are actually mixed in with blacks and browns are mixed in with feces. All um, the uh, uh, the greens are mixed in with snot and vomit. And it's just like because it's not just for your visual senses too; it's for your other senses. It's a olfactory. Like oh, and there's meant to be such gaudy colors because it's supposed to be a visual overload. But then with all the other stuff they mix into it, it's also an olfactory overload. Um, so it's just like it's so crazy all the stuff that goes into it. It's just like ugh, ugh. So you walk
Yeah.
onto the ship, you're not just seeing visual gaudiness. Like you're smelling,
Experiencing.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
smelling like feces, but you're also smelling perfumes and pleasure, and it's just like just all the things that would give you the biggest headaches. Um, Best of luck to Freak out there in whatever his next endeavor is. And he actually shared that with me. His next, he said he's making room for his next expensive hobby, which is currently going to be welding. So he's moving on to metalwork.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting a bead on it.
Yep, yep.
Oh, man. And he has a sweet motorcycle.
Ah, he does love his motorcycles.
Mm-hmm. Do you have another hobby or just like aside from tabletop games and card games and games in general? Do you have like
Mostly
something
games.
else? Like,
Nah, mostly games
yeah.
in general.
Okay.
Between like card games, video games, tabletop games, and the gym, that's pretty much all my free time.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm a hiker. I like to go on hikes. Somebody says, "Hey, yo, take a walk," and I'm like, "Okay, bye." Where you going? Hey. Anyway,
I really enjoy lifting weights, so
yeah.
I'm glad I've gotten back into the routine of the gym.
I used to, well, when I first moved to Maryland, I didn't teach right away. I worked at Planet Fitness. And, well, I was new to a state. I didn't know anybody, and I worked at a gym. All I did was work out. I became such a gym rat. Like, that's all I did was live in the gym. It was so cool.
I love that this hobby brings to in so many talents from different people. Miniatures Paintbrush is going to bat for unions. Mythos is over here creating Space Marine Center pieces for date nights on the table.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
That's
Yep.
how we roll.
Call now to reserve your Space Marine romantic dinner tables over here at Wolfbrother Hobbies. I used to be really big into cooking too, but now that I'm, uh, I'm on a carnivore keto, like I don't do as much chefing it up anymore. Um,
Yeah.
in fact, when I cook for other people, like my wife and kids, or every once in a while when I'm making stuff for, we go over to friends' houses or whatever, and so we do like a potluck style. I have to call in
Yeah.
somebody to taste the food for me because I can't really taste it, because I don't want to knock myself
Mhm.
out of ketosis.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's like, hey, somebody come
So
taste this. Do I need to
are
reseason this?
you
And I'm always
are you big
self-conscious.
into
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you're always self-conscious, go ahead.
I'm always self-conscious about like making food for people because like seasoning is so important, and I can never taste the seasoning, so I'm
Mhm.
constantly like relying on people. Like if I over seasoning, under seasoning, what does it need?
You're a Texan. So how's your barbecue skills?
Non-existent.
Oh boy.
Because I've never lived.
Oh.
I've always lived in rental properties, and I've never really had the space to own like a
Uh,
barbecue.
okay. I thought you were gonna pass on some words of wisdom.
Nope, nope. One day we'll own our own place, and I'll begin my barbecuing journey. But
Nice. Nice.
still waiting for a Martha Stewart style 40K table centerpiece. The problem is that um, the only table we have is a dining table in this space. Not a dining table, a coffee table. I guess I could do like a setup on the coffee table if I put down a nice tablecloth, and you can't really tell it's a coffee table. But
Yeah,
uh,
man. You gotta cloth it.
uh, but yeah, I definitely should do something like that. That would be pretty cool. Ooh,
Mythos, the interior designer. Go for it.
Valentine's Day is coming up. That would actually be a pretty neat time to do a video like that.
Do it, do it, do it.
I haven't made a skit video in a while.
Yes.
I haven't made a
You
video in a while, now
should.
that I think about it. I
Yeah.
I think the last legitimate video I made was probably the rebranding video.
Hmm. Yeah, get on the bandwagon, buddy. I gotta edit videos too. Doing live videos lately with varying degrees of success.
Brother Rob, what light are you using? It looks great.
Oh, hey. Okay, so I have two of these, both on either angle. And I have one for my desk over there as well, but what are they called? It's called literally camera light. Uh, that's the company. It's called Camera Light, and I got it off of Amazon. And they clamp onto my desk pretty well. Let me see if I can show you here. So they have a nice clamping system over here that they just clamp on.
Nice.
And I like things that clamp on because I got the camera stand over here that's clamped on over here, and then I have this clamp over here. It'll stop moving all my stuff. Man, this is so messy. I have hobby creep like big time. Now, the good thing about this is that they can raise, so you can actually elevate it even more if you wanted to. So yeah, they're actually called Camera Light, and I got them off of Amazon. And I bought two of them so I can hit from both sides, and they're pretty luminescent. They come with a remote control, so I can dim it if I want to. I could turn down the light. You see that? I don't know. Or I could turn it up way high, but I like to keep it in the middle, or I could just press a button and they just shut off or turn them back on. So it's pretty cool. I got a little thing there. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I have two of these remote controls, one for each, but if I press one button, they both activate. They have the same exact signal, so you can turn multiple on and off at the same time. But yeah, it floods this area with light. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He says, thanks for the share. I'm definitely going to look into those. And hobby creep. I love that term. I'm so stealing that.
Yeah, it's not a mess. It's just hobby creep.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness.
All right. I need to step away for a few minutes. And I'm going to take a quick bio, get myself together, and I will probably hop into the Discord in about 20 minutes. Brother
Bye,
Rob,
bud.
thank you so much for joining me tonight. Any parting words of wisdom for tonight?
Um, Remember that the goal isn't to finish. The goal is to enjoy what you're doing at the moment.
And,
If you do that, you'll just always have fun.
and I would say the goal isn't to finish, but the goal is to make sure they finish. So, anyways,
Nice.
killing it out there, Miniatures Paintbrush. Thanks for all the FAQ from me.
Oh yeah.
Brother Rob,
Absolutely.
as always, can be found in the description below at the Miniatures Paintbrush. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, brother. Thank you so much. Great friend of the channel, amazing guy, firefighter in training, and a sponsor of the channel, Paint Minis Live. Definitely go check him out. He has an amazing selection of dice, RPG books, and of course my favorite brand of hobby supplies, Monument Hobbies and Pro-Acryl. You can find them at his web store. Link there by Nightbot. Also, he has an amazing YouTube channel where he too does live shows and extremely nice quality live shows where he paints along, shows you his process, and of course has a great camera personality. Check him out as well. If you guys like tonight's show, please make sure that you grab up an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. Drop us some comments down below. Feel free to be part of any of tonight's ridiculous conversations. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, mine, his, Paint Minis Live, we'd love to have you here as part of the pack here at Wolfbrother Hobbies. So subscribe, and till next time,
Stay frosty.